What's up, guys? Today we're taking a look at this knife. This is the Demko Knives AD20I. So the AD20 International. This is a full thickness AD20 from Demko Knives. As you can see there, full thickness. And it's the AD20I, so it's the International, which means that this is fully US made except for the blade, which was ground in Italy, I believe. And I think that that Andrew Demko even does the sharpening on them. He just has them ground in Italy. So the blades are ground in Italy, sent back, and then he puts them together, I guess, and finishes them here. Everything else is USA made. I absolutely love this knife. This was my first Demko knife that I bought. And, well, actually, not my first Demko knife, but my first full-size Demko. So I had the AD20.5 before this, but this is my first full-size AD20 or AD20S. Full size. This is my first full thickness as well, and it absolutely feels amazing. This thing feels great, and the action is like, oh, it's Demko fidgetiness at its best. I mean, shark lock fidgetiness at its best. This is just way too much fun to do. The thwack you get when you throw out this blade, how thick it is, how big it is. It's a nice standard drop point, but man, it just flacks out there. It's so satisfying to open and close, super fidgety, and super strong too. I mean, these are completely solid. I've never had any wiggle with these. It's got these nice G10 handles. Obviously it's on bearings and it feels great. This I did put titanium scales on this for a while and it felt awesome, but I took those off because I had just sold this one. But I love this knife. I think it's absolutely amazing. For the full-size Demkos are definitely worth it to me. I didn't like the AD20.5 when I tried it, and I feel like this is just so much better. You pay a lot more, but it feels so much better. It feels like a complete package. It feels like a good knife. It fits better in my hand because the AD20.5 was squished when I tried to hold it. This is comfy. This almost digs into my thumb, but if I come out, onto that jimping, it rests right in that opening and it feels great. So no, not really an issue there. There is one interesting thing. The jimping is different. They decided to use different jimping, and I'll show this on my other AD20 here. This is my full titanium AD20 with the no slot clip point. But as you can see here, they use different jimping. So this one is full USA made, and this one is the Italian ground blade. And obviously you can see they use different jimping on this one. This one is more like decorative jimping. It doesn't really work as jimping a whole lot. It's kind of just smooth jimping. And then this one is absolutely like full, use jimping. This is definitely meaningful jimping. Definitely grabs your finger and it feels a lot better in my opinion. So that's one major thing about the AD20i that's different. I love this drop point shape. I think it's great. I think I prefer, I don't know. I kind of really like both of these blade shapes a lot in their own way. I don't know if I prefer one or the other, but my favorite blade shape out of all these is this one. This is my Demko AD20 MagnaCut with the MagnaCut blade in the harpoon style blade, and I absolutely love this harpoon style. I think it's awesome. It's like the clip point, but it's got that harpoon on the top, and it's just awesome. And this one has carbon fiber scales. It doesn't look like carbon fiber, but it is. It looks just like the black G10 ones, but it's actually carbon fiber, which is kind of cool. You see the difference there. So pretty awesome, but just, showing off the different versions that I have. Anyway, this thing's great. I love the way they do their labeling. It says AD20I here on the bottom, and then when it's closed, this one says, here it says CPM 20 CV. It is 20 CV steel, but I just think it's so cool where they put those so you don't have to have any markings on the blade or anything. It's super clean. Just a really nice straightforward design. Super great grip, super awesome grip. I love the grip of this. The thumb studs work awesome, super easy to engage and disengage. Thick blade stock, it's chunky. It doesn't slice great because it's thicker. It's pretty thick behind the edge, but they do make a slim of this, which I do have a review out on, the slim version, which does slice a lot better. But overall, I absolutely love this knife. I know I've said that quite a few times now, but it's just great. It's got these nice standoffs, nice pocket clip. The pocket clip could be a little better, just because it's got like this weird shape here that connects the two screws or whatever. But honestly, it works just fine, and it gives you a little bit of room to grab it here on the bottom of the butt end of the knife to pull it in out of your pocket. Centering is perfect. Action is awesome. Like I said, runs on bearings. No problems there. I mean, this is just Demko knives at its best right here. So if you want to try a full-size Demko and you've already tried the AD20, I would highly recommend it. They're definitely worth it. They feel really good. The action feels so much better on them. It's so much more satisfying to me, at least just from my experience. The bigger ones just have better action. They feel a lot more satisfying when you open and close them. They're a lot easier to use, I think. But that's just from my experience so far. This is the lock here, shark lock, is very easy to use. I can use it with the left hand, right hand. I can even reverse flick using that fuller, which works pretty great. I can reverse flick using the thumb studs, which works awesome. I mean, really, this is just super beefy, reliable lock, really strong lock, and really easy to operate and use. So this is a winner. If you manage to pick one of these up, then congratulations, but they're kind of gone now. I think they all sold out. But yeah, if you can find a full-size Demko, definitely try them. They're awesome. I will do some size comparisons here just to compare to some other knives. Let's do the Benchmade Bug Out and the QSP Penguin. I know I've shown my other Demkos before in the unboxings, and this way you can see it's bigger than both of those. And I also showed them in my knife collection videos and whatnot. And I showed them in the AD20S review as well when I reviewed the slim model. So here you can compare it to the 308 and the MSI. So you can see it's not actually as long as those. You would think that this knife is like really long, but it's actually not that long. You know, it's really only, let's see, a 3.5 inch blade. So really not a huge blade to it, maybe slightly over 3.5 inches, but it just feels very big because it's got that thickness to it, and it feels, you know, substantial in the hand, very substantial in the hand. So definitely not as long though. So let's compare it to those, and then last two we'll compare it to Para 3 and PM2. So you can see there, it's about the size. Let's see, longer than a PM2. Yeah, it's definitely longer than a PM2, as you can see there. So overall, this is an awesome knife. I love it. It's great. I will take the weight on it just so that you know how much this knife weighs. Here we go. So we've got 6.2 ounces. Yes, that's a lot, but honestly, for this chunky of a knife that feels this good, substantial, you know, it's pretty great. I don't have a huge complaint about it. If you're carrying something already this big, then you're kind of already, you know, submitted to carrying something heavier. So, and especially compared to the full titanium one here, this is definitely going to be a lot heavier. Actually, I can take the weight on this one as well, so you can see the difference here of how much more this one is. I'm actually not sure how much more it is. I don't know that it's actually that much more, because these might be milled. Yeah, 7.2 ounces. So it's about an ounce heavier with the titanium scales on there, which really actually isn't that bad. These are the OG goat scales on there, so they're not actually the factory ones from Demko. But overall, awesome knife. I love it. It's great. Can't beat that shark lock. And yeah, one last time I'll show all three of my full-size, full-thickness Demko AD20s. Here we go. We got the harpoon on the bottom. We've got the clip point there on the top. So these two are in 20 CV, and this one's in Magna Cut here on the bottom. And yeah, pretty awesome. Definitely highly recommend checking out the full thickness Demko AD20 if you haven't already. That's it for this one. Let me know what you think of Demko knives. I know they're expensive, but they are worth it. So definitely, if you can get one of these, do it. That's it for this. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and have a great day. Also, let me know what your favorite version of these knives are, because I know they come in a bunch of different blade shapes and blade steels and whatnot. That's it. See you later. Bye.